All right, welcome back. This is the third video, and this is about picking your product and collating your data. So, how do you get the data that you require? What data do you require? And how do you gather them together in one place? All right. So, if you go to slide number 7, I have made a step-by-step guide, step by step. What's the procedure for making the infographic? So, step number 1, pick a product. Remember, this is a product and not a company. So, and also, this should not be hypothetical. What does that mean? That means that this product should be existing in real life. This is a case study. So the product should be real. It should not be a theoretical product. So I want to make a cell phone. This is how it's going to be. That's hypothetical. It does not exist. Instead of, I want to make a cell phone, you should be choosing a cell phone that actually exists in the market now. Again, go to the Google and instead of instead of so instead of choosing, for example, instead of choosing Samsung, choose a very specific product from Samsung. Instead of choosing noodles, yeah, of course, don't choose noodles. I'm not going to give that example. So instead of choosing a laptop, pick a specific laptop. For example, Acer V15 Nitro Black Edition. That's the laptop I'm using right now. So instead of saying Acer gaming laptops, it's a very specific product. Okay, make sure that your product is specific. It's not a company, it's not a business, it's a product. All right, once you are done selecting your product, so you've selected the product, try to find all the data and information, and this should be related to industry, commerce, and services. Now, how do you do that? If you remember, go back to the flow chart that I've given you. I I'll put that in the on the slides as well. This was the flow chart that I gave you. Okay. So once you have selected the product, you need to break it down in terms of industry, commerce, and service. Okay. So going back to the slide set that we have been using in the classroom, if you remember, I have these slides that I've given to you where we have categorized all of these business dimensions. So industry, you have extractive, genetic, construction, and manufacturing. Commerce, you have trade, home and foreign, and you have auxiliaries of trade, so storage, transportation, communication. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what you need to do. Refer to the slides to get the information. And of course, services, we have some example that I've given to you. This should be easy. Okay, so let's go and pick a product. And once we have done selecting the product, let's say Apple iPhone 12. Let's go with that. Apple iPhone 12. This is my product. Now, again, you have multiple products. You have 12, you have Pro, you have Mini. Pick one, be very specific. Let's go with 12 Pro Max. Okay, very specific. That's one. And then start searching for content based on these. Okay, so start with industry. What are the raw materials being used? What industry is it? Is it genetic? No. Is it construction? No. Manufacturing, definitely, right? Extractive. So maybe they are mining some of the metals that's being used to make the cell phone. So if they are, then extractive industry is playing a role in making Apple iPhone 12. And if the raw material is being processed, right, then manufacturing industry is playing a role in the production of Apple iPhone. So search your information based on these categories. Okay, then once you have done with the industry part, you're going to look at the trade part. Is it sold only in the country that is made, or is it exported to other countries, or is it imported to your country? So import, export, if you remember in the classroom, they go hand in hand. So if something is being exported to your country, it means that it's being exported from another country. So a country exports it and you import it. They go hand in hand. All right. And once you're decided, once you have classified this, so is Apple iPhone being sold only in the country that is made, or is it sold to other countries as well? Okay, for example, if Apple iPhone 12 is available in Nepal, so my suggestion would be that you stick to your home country. Okay, so if Apple iPhone is made, for example, it's made in China and it's available in Nepal. Okay, so take a look at this. Is Apple iPhone made in Nepal? If no, then it's being imported from another country. Okay, so once it's imported, it must be being stored, right? Of course, there's transportation. How is it being imported? Of course, we don't have teleporters. Science has not been developed so far yet. So ships, vehicles, is it coming by water? Is it coming by road? How is it coming? So based on that, auxiliaries of trade, okay, what is helping with the trade? And finally, what are the services being provided? For example, could be software services. For example, iTunes. So iTunes is free for Apple iPhone, or you have after sales services. Something goes wrong, you call the customer care and you get your iPhone repaired. Okay, so what services are given with Apple iPhone? Remember, a service should also always be about the benefit of its customers. So if it's not benefiting the customer, it's not a service. Okay, so always search for the information, search for the data based on these three categories: industry, commerce, and service. Okay, now these 14 are just examples. There are more services. So just search, for example, what services, what services, let me just put that, are provided with this. Okay, right? Then just go through it, go through the search and see what services are you getting. Okay, so that is it for this video. This video was all about picking a product and collecting data. Okay, so your data should only be based on these three, nothing more, nothing less. I'll see you in the next video.